Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Friday, May 13th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network, as we get ready for Game 6 tonight between the Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars. First chance for the Calgary Flames to close out the series, as they lead 3-2. We will be recapping Game 6 between tomorrow morning after the game. Devin and myself will be there for sure, and we'll get into that. We recapped Game 5. We do our recaps the day after the games. We collect our thoughts. We grab a sleep, and we let just some clarity allowed in our thought process. So that's why we do that. We'll get into that game in a moment, but the news out of Vancouver is Bruce Boudreau is returning as the head coach for the 2022-23 season. If you remember, they're in the end of season availability. Bruce Boudreau said that he wanted to be back. He told Jim and Patrick he wanted to be back. The next day, Jim and Patrick said they would not commit to a long-term contract, which caused some consternation. But Boudreau and the Canucks have agreed, and he is returning and back. Of course, he won 30 games, got the Canucks close to a playoff run, considering the start that they had. I think just a good relief that you get that out of the way. Bruce Boudreau is back now. I think there will be some changes to the staff. We'll see what that is going forward, but the building for next season for the Vancouver Canucks has started with a crucial decision with Bruce Boudreau there back as coach of the Vancouver Canucks. As well, here as we get into Game 6 of the here for the Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars. Of course, the Flames won Game 1, Stars won Game 2, Stars won Game 3. And then the Flames won Game 4 and came back and won Game 5. So last game was the only game in the series that did not have the opening goal scorer win. But we'll see what happens tonight. Here, Flames are not sure if they're going 11 forwards, 70 or 12 or 6. Daryl Sutter playing that mystery game. But he had a lot of good things to say about Jake Ottinger today. He said Jake Ottinger with 30 wins, top 10 goaltender, and is a top 10 goaltender in the National Hockey League. And so that's the big thing. But the Flames looking like they're, yours said, Lindholm, Boudreau, and Kachuk Morning Skate, Backlund, and Backlund, Mangiapane, and Coleman, Yarncrow, Dubé, Toffoli, and then Lucic, Ritchie, and Lewis together. Defenseman has been the same. It's been the Tanev and Shillington, Hanif and Anderson, Gabranson and Zadorov, Stone and McKay and Mackey, and of course Jacob Markstrom getting the call and goal. Jake Ottinger will get the call and goal for the the Dallas Stars, but we'll see here a big night for the Flames. Dallas is going to come out flying, but there. We'll see about the 11 forwards to 7 defensemen situation, and we'll see what Dallas brings here. I'm just going to pull the Dallas lineup if there's been any news on that. I haven't seen anything yet. We'll see about that here. As just quickly looking at that from the Dallas Stars part here, I suspect that they will. Ottinger will start in goal. They'll probably make some changes here. But no news in terms of the lineup, news and notes here. Suspect that they're going to go pretty much with the same lineup. They might make the Radulov Studenique line would be the one change I wonder about, because they've been doing that throughout. but we'll have to see what's going on there. Don't see any notes there, but that game, 6:30 Pacific, 7:30, 7:50 Mountain. One of 3 games tonight, all, of course, elimination games. And, of course, in Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby out tonight as the Pittsburgh Penguins try their second opportunity to close out the New York Rangers. They lead 3-2. The Rangers won 5-3 in Game 5. And so we'll have to see what happens in Pittsburgh tonight. Florida and Washington, that series is also 3-2. You have to wonder with Washington if they're going to kick themselves at the end of this series. Garnet Hathaway had the empty net goal opportunity. He missed. And then Washington had a 3-goal lead against the Florida Panthers, who've done it all year, coming back from 3 goals down. But they've had an opportunity to close out this series. But the Panthers have the opportunity now themselves to close out the series. There will be 3 Game 6s on Saturday as Boston beat Carolina 5-2. Every home team has won that won a game in that series, and that was no different. Of course, Boston being the home team, so that series returns to Raleigh for game number 7. As hit the old button there. But yeah, that game will be interesting to watch. 2 goals in the second, 3 in the third for Boston. Lazar, Marchand, Coyle, Eric Hala, and Derek Forbert scored as Boston won. The Toronto Maple Leafs, 2 last goals in the last minute of the second period. They came into the third period with a 3-2 lead. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, Nikita Kucherov, penalty trouble for the Leafs, whether you like it or not. Nikita Kucherov ties the game. Braden Point wins it in overtime. And we're going to Game 7 there. The Tampa Bay Lightning knocked off the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-3. That series returns to Toronto Saturday night. And then the other Game 7, of course, is the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings, as Connor McDavid scored early, ruining effectively taking away the loss of Darnell Nurse for that game, because you're up 1-0 there and pretty much have taken that away, and you got the Kings chasing right there. Evander Kane scored 2 goals. The Kings came back and tied it with Sean Dursey on the power play. Carl Grundstrom his third, but then Tyson Barrie scored with 5:10 to go. Evander Kane knocked it into the empty net. Oilers win 4-2. And Connor McDavid, +3, 1 goal, 2 assists, 6 shots on goal, 24-02. You can say what you want, but that was a big next step game for Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl on one, pretty much his upper body injury looked like lower body injury, not feeling well. He was outstanding as well. Wonder if the Kings, from the Kings' perspective, they might have let one slip away here that they, I don't think they wanted this to go to a Game 7, but it is headed to Game 7 in Edmonton. But the St. Louis Blues, they are not going to a Game 7. They knocked off the Minnesota Wild and have advanced themselves with their win. Jordan Binnington took over. They won 5-1. Jordan Binnington took over, and the Blues won 3 straight, and the Wild took a gamble and went with Cam Talbot, and the Blues get a rush goal from Nick Leddy with 5 minutes to go in the first, and then 3 goals in the second, 2 more on the power play. Their power play was lethal. Ryan O'Reilly, Vladimir Tarasenko, 5 goals in that series. Tyler Bozak then chips in as well. Matt Dumba got the Wild on the board, but Colton Parayko ended it with an empty net. Lots of questions going in the offseason for the Wild. You got the Zach Parise, Ryan Suter buyouts jumping in. You started Cam Talbot when you acquired Marc-Andre Fleury. You didn't play Cam Talbot until this point in the series. You've got the Kevin Fiala contract. You've got the cap issues. It seemed like the Wild were pushing their chips in, and it didn't work. And they are starting their second their off season. So there we go. That is what is happening in the NHL in terms of the playoffs. Other news, of course, the Ted Lindsay Awards finalists were announced, and it is, of course, Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid, who are Hart Trophy nominees, and Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators. Some thought he should have been a Hart Trophy nominee. He is a Norris Trophy nominee, but he is also a Ted Lindsay Award finalist. So Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Roman Josi are the finalists. Going to be interested to see where Roman Josi finishes. I think it's between Matthews and McDavid. But we will see what happens there. But I wonder where Roman Josi will finish in that final there. By the way, just to go through the times for the game sevens tomorrow, if you are interested, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, 2:30 Mountain, Boston, Carolina, 7 o'clock Tampa Bay, Toronto, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and then LA, Edmonton, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. That's how that will go there. So, and then of course in the WHL, we had the Kamloops Blazers last night knock off the Vancouver Giants in the only game in that series in the WHL last night. They knocked them off 4-2. Logan Stankoven an empty net goal. He scored 2. Again, Toporowski and Caden Banker also scored. Ostachek scored both goals for the Giants. They play tonight in Game 5, so the Blazers can wrap that up, as well as the Winnipeg Ice. They will take on the Moose Jaw Warriors back at home. That series is also 3-1 Ice, so the winner of that game, if the Ice win, they're preparing to play the Edmonton Oil Kings, who are 8-0 and have advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then Game 4 between Portland and Seattle, the Thunderbirds got their first win with a 5-0 shutout, so Winterhawks are up 1-0. And finally, in the BCHL Finals begin tonight. It is the Nanaimo Clippers versus the Penticton Bees, and Game 1 tonight in Penticton, and then Game 2 tomorrow and Saturday. Series shifts to Nanaimo Tuesday and Wednesday. All games start at 7 o'clock Pacific. BCHL should be a good series. Nanaimo and Penticton, both of them went unbeaten throughout the playoffs, so should be a good series. Two really good teams there. Also, World Championships have started. Cole Sillinger did open the scoring, and they're playing Germany up 5-1 as they just start the third period there. So that is the news for today. A reminder again, we will recap Game 6. Calgary, Dallas. Is there a Game 7? Is Calgary advanced? We will see. By the way, Germany just scored. It's 5-2 as we're doing this. You can follow us individually on Twitter. Sean Beery Canuck 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Christian Schneidz SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhow 09. I am KEVOLE. Shifts and Pucks, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. We'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.